I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on GBM, we're taking a look at an inspiring true story of service, sacrifice, and community perseverance. The name of the book, 3095 Plus, Ohio's Fallen, The Battle for a Veterans Memorial. It is written by two terrific authors, Erin Lynn Rader and KennethCNoon. In the book, they chronicle a 20-year journey to build a lasting tribute to Ohio's fallen heroes. It is a story about faith, resilience, and the unbreakable spirit of those who fought not only on the battlefield, but also for remembrance at home. We're delighted to have these very talented authors join us here today. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put them on TV today. We ask viewers like you to support authors like them by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing their amazing book. The links are below this interview. Ken, Erin, thank you both so much for joining us here today.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. Erin, this is kind of a different field for you. You're a psychiatric nurse, as I understand it, but I guess that brought you into contact with people who are suffering from PSTD and other disorders from serving our nation?
It's true. It's very true. Very trauma oriented in my practice. I'm retired now and was looking for volunteer work. And this Veterans Park is 10 minutes from me. So, it was a perfect fit for me to go down there and work with these great guys.
Wonderful, wonderful. And they're very, very deserving, of course, of a memorial and a tribute. Ken, you work in memorials. That's your business. Talk to
Yes.
us a little bit about your role in getting this project to come to life.
I was contacted back in 2005 by a group that was the original organization out in Mansfield, Ohio. And I was one of 4 or 5 companies that submitted designs for the memorial. And thank God my company was chosen, to do it. So it's been a wonderful 20 years of up and downs.
Amazing. It's amazing, Erin, that it would take 20 years to get this done. You would think that anybody with a heart would say, oh, yeah, all of these fallen soldiers, we absolutely need a memorial. Talk to us a little bit about the battle to get a memorial for those who fell on the battlefields.
Well, I'll start. Mostly it will be Ken that can chime into this, but the 20 years, a lot of the reason for that is the fact that these were all donated funds, donated time, volunteers, veterans and non-veterans. So there's no government funding at all with this park. It's 1.7 acres with a very large wall, 125-foot granite wall, 7 feet high, freestanding, the largest freestanding monument in our country. And it has the names of the Ohio's fallen. Ken can speak a little bit more to that, but it was because of the dedication and the work over all these years of the parts that were of the original design that is the reason that it took this long.
Yeah, it took the first 5 years was the hardest part. The group of guys had an idea. They went to the idea came from going to Washington, D.C. to visit the wall in D.C. And on the way back, they were saying, boy, wouldn't it be nice to have something to honor Ohio fallen, Vietnam vets. And so that's how the whole thing started. And nobody had any money. They just had a dream. And they contacted me, and then they settled on my design. And it was just a lot of going to town hall meetings and veteran organizations and
got to find the property. They had no property for 2 years.
Yeah, the hard part was finding the land. We had properties offered, but there was perpetual care money that needed to be raised, and first 350,000 had to be raised to be put into a city or town's coffers for future maintenance of it. So it was like a brick wall. We weren't getting anywhere until a wonderful little community called Clinton, Ohio. The cemetery purchased roughly 20 acres of land for future growth of their cemetery. And they were a very, very patriotic community, and they said, come build it. You know, it's like a field of dreams, basically. They waived the perpetual care money. So we dedicated the grounds in February 3rd of, I think it was 2007. And within a year, we were able to raise enough money to get the main wall put up. Amazing. And after that, so it was the land that was the hardest part for us. Yeah. You know, so people would want to order a brick, but they said, well, when's my brick going in? Well, you know, we got to raise with your $75, we're up to 275, you know? So it was like, so it was a hard road. We stayed away from state, you know, I love my country and I love my state. But once you get politics involved, things kind of slow down. There's a national cemetery here. And they offered us land to put it at the National Cemetery, but they told us it would be 10 years just doing paperwork. And so we said, oh, you know.
Amazing.
So it was almost to the end where we weren't going to do anything until the Clinton Cemetery said, hey, you know, build it. It's here for you, the land. So, so it was that was the biggest hurdle of all.
Well, it's wonderful that good-hearted people stepped up and filled this great need. Erin, I know when I saw the Vietnam Memorial in DC, and I just started at one corner reading the names, I was literally moved to tears by the sheer number of names, and each one of them representing a fallen hero, and then all of the devastated families as well. I'd imagine this has a similar magnitude. When you see all of the names of the people who died on that wall, it's quite an emotional event. Talk to us a little bit about the memorial itself.
Well, in my volunteering, a lot of things I would do would be the outdoor type things like watering flowers around the grounds or cleaning the memorial, those types of things. And so I would run into families who would come up to the wall, and I would ask them, you know, are they here to see, you know, see a name? And then I would begin to hear these stories, and they would be devastating stories. And what I started to understand was that this isn't just a loss of a loved one. It was a loss of that loved one's future, and affected the family very deeply. So I ran into Ken many times as he was working down there, and he would say to me, well, I know he knows the stories because we have benches down there that families would, they would purchase these benches that would be honoring their loved ones. And he would say to me, well, let me tell you a story about this bench. And it would just floor me. And that's when, you know, I started to say to him, wait a minute, you know, we need to honor not just these families and these fellows that are on the wall, but also I was very interested in honoring the people who built the memorial. So we actually tried to do the book. We did the book within about 6 months because there are many Vietnam veterans, many with Agent Orange issues, who might not be around for much longer. And I wanted to honor those men and women who have helped build this monument as well.
Yeah, and indeed, they deserve recognition. Ken, tell us about the book and how it came about and what people will find within the covers.
Well, I've always thought that there should have been a book written about it because it was just the good, the bad, the ugly. I mean, everybody has purpose. You know, they have heart to do something, but then greed and anger and frustration takes hold. And when I met Erin, she was actually getting ready to do grant writing for the park to raise money. And she wanted a little background of the memorial. And so we met for lunch and I gave her a little bit of history about it, you know. And when we left, I told her, well, that would be just chapter 1.
The seed was planted.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
With some of the
But like,
stories.
you know, the front of the what the uniqueness about this memorial is there's no front. There's two sides to this memorial. The one side carries the 3,094 men and one female from Ohio, Sharon Lane, who died. But the back of the memorial, we're honoring the 13 Marines that were killed in the Beirut bombing, Iraq, Afghanistan fallen, and the wall was already up. I had to then sandblast names of Iraq, Afghanistan on the back of the wall. And what was neat about that is we contacted families, and I would invite them out to the wall, and they would literally peel the rubber. I would get everything set up, and I would either let them peel the stencil or they could stay and watch me sandblast their names. So there's some really neat stories about it. We just finished over 1,800 names of the Korean fallen from Ohio.
Wow.
So their names are on the wall as well. So it's at its finishing point right now, the memorial. You know, it's been 20 years and we finally got to the conclusion of it. So this book is a fantastic thing. I mean, most books I've ever read was just the Cliff Notes. So to see my name on a book, it's kind of neat with the help of Erin. I gave her she wanted the information, and I came to her house one day with I called it my dirty laundry. It was a laundry basket full of all minutes and notes from the first day I met the original group. I kept everything. So she was able to take, you know, my dirty laundry and make a wonderful book.
Amazing. And the photographs bring it to life, Erin, as well, right?
Yes. Yes, we have over 90 color photos in the book.
Wonderful photographers.
Yeah, a lot of great photographers. The park itself has had 3 or 4 really good photographers volunteering over the years, and they've offered up many of their photos for us. Ken had a lot of them in his laundry basket from the early days. When that wall was dedicated, there were thousands of Ohioans who came on that small bit of property.
Over 4,000 people.
Yes, came for the dedication of that memorial. And since then, there have been many other things that have been built, and they're beautiful. You can talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have the largest POW MIA reflecting pond. The backdrop of that POW pond is a granite wall that's replicate of the Vietnam Wall in DC. We have one-of-a-kind statue honoring the fathers of Gold Stars. Gold Star mothers are, you know, families who lost a son or daughter in war. There was never a statue honoring the fathers, so we decided on the opposite side of the Gold Star mother statue that I carved that we would do a father, Gold Star father. So there's some really unique stuff. We have a Family of Heroes Hall, which is just started out as a pole building that blossomed into a beautiful reception hall. We have what we call the Soldier's Cross on the ceiling, and there's over 32,000 dog tags on the ceiling representing Ohio's falling from World War II to present. No names on the dog tags, but just the tags themselves, so people can see the magnitude of what war can do and what it takes away from us. I mean, there's some good things and bad things.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, you guys have done wonderful work on this memorial and beyond. And of course, you've done wonderful work on this book as well, which puts it all into perspective and that tells the story. The name of the book is 3095 Plus, Ohio's Fallen, The Battle for a Veterans Memorial. It is a powerful testament to what happens when ordinary people come together to do something extraordinary for their heroes, their community, and their country. Erin and Ken, thank you both so much for joining me here today.
Thank you
very much.
I appreciate your time, your insight, and the wonderful work on the memorial and this book as well. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford for the Global Book Network. So long for now.